And now it is my pleasure to invite our special guest, Dr. Ayodele Bakare, representing the Director General of NITDA, to deliver the Goodwill Message and officially declare the summit open.
So thank you very much, Oluwatose. I hope everyone can hear me clearly.
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you for that some feedback. So a very good morning, afternoon, and evening to everyone that is here present for this very wonderful and rare, summit. And thank you for inviting the National Information Technology Development Agency, a government agency in Nigeria that is responsible and also the development of government agency in Nigeria that ensures Nigerian gauge technology in a safe and also very healthy manner. And just like I was used, I'm Ayodele Bakare, and I'm currently representing DG NITDA in the person of Malam Kashifu Inuwa. He actually wanted to be here in person virtually, but due to the exigencies of his responsibility, he couldn't do that. And for that, he has sent his sincere apology. However, he has given me his good to declare the summit open. So without further ado, allow me to quickly read the DG NITDA's speech. It is a honor and pleasure to join you today as a special guest of honor at the Living Digital World Africa Summit 2026. I commend Doing Healthy Africa and working as leadership for convening this timely and necessary digital landscape is expanding at breathtaking speed. You have chosen to pause and ask the question that matters most. Are our people thriving within this transformation? Are we consciously addressing physiological and also psychological wellness and safety when interacting with digital systems? I'm very sure that these questions will be answered during the course of this summit. Additionally, Africa stands today at a defining juncture with over 600 million internet users and a projection of over 1 billion before the end of this decade. Online digital platforms have become the gateway through which millions participate in education, healthcare, financial services, communication, collaboration, and civic obligations. This is clearly another evolution for Africa. However, every evolution carries a responsibility to ask, at what cost is this evolution and who is paying for this cost? When we celebrate a digital evolution, we must simultaneously ask whether the child who now has access to online platforms also has the literacy to recognize a predator disguised as a peer. We must also ask whether the young professional that is permanently connected to work via remote working and collaboration, productivity and exhaustion. And I believe that this summit will address this question because these are questions we can no longer afford to ignore. Furthermore, I'm glad that this summit devotes an entire track to children and youth. The third of young people surveyed in countries report being cyberbullied, with one in fewer than half of children have received any form of online safety education. Even as the platforms they inhabit daily are designed by sophisticated behavioral engineers who optimize for engagement and not for childhood development. At the National Information Technology Development Agency, we understand that digital literacy is a survival skill in the digital space. Our collaboration with partners such as the Ministry of Education in Nigeria ensures that digital literacy is embedded into the Nigerian school curricula from primary through junior secondary levels, and this helps children and youths not to only understand the importance of digital technologies, but to also identify, manage its inherent risks. This summit's focus on ethical AI for African flourishing resonates deeply with our mandate. Artificial intelligence is reshaping how Africans interact with information, make decisions, and access services. The question is whether Africa will be a passive consumer of AI systems designed elsewhere with values that may not reflect our realities, or whether we will actively shape AI governance, to protect our people. It may interest you to know that Nigeria, through NITDA and also the Federal Ministry of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, which is our parent ministry, and over 200 AI experts, home abroad, have taken deliberate steps towards the latter through the development of the Nigerian National Artificial Intelligence Strategy. The National AI Strategy will not only ensure that Nigeria maximizes the power of AI in every economic sector, that human wellness in the digital space should be prominently addressed in our national policies and strategies that drive digital transformation should also be at the organizational level to help ensure that human wellness is prioritized and engaging digital systems and online platforms. Distinguished participants, I want you to know that this summit is not merely aspirational. It is an urgent policy imperative. Africa cannot afford to replicate the digital development mistakes of other regions. Harms of unchecked technology became visible, affected. Have the opportunity and the obligation to chart a different course, one where digital development is measured not only by connectivity rates, but by the quality of life you're doing is essential. Third and close, African and to the people, you are not merely the beneficiaries of Africa's digital future. Rather, you are its architect. Therefore, build it wisely and also build it well. On that note, it is my distinct privilege to formally declare the summit open, and I wish you all a productive and transformative summit. Thank you very much.